disgusting. How is seaweed and beer a mix?
What do you mean? That's like sushi and beer.
Oh. Oh, show them your cute outfit today. Show them that butt. Guys, that's a real butt. That's no Kardashian implant butt. That's the real deal.
That's my butt.
That's her butt. Hey, Yazzie Cat.
Yummy.
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 Seaweed and beer. Seaweed like this.
Yummy.
Lenny thinks that's weird. We'll request you, Sarah. We'll bring you in.
Welcome back.
I know. I feel like it's been
Tuesday?
forever. It's been a year.
Did you look at me in a cheers?
I don't dig that thing. People do that. They stare at each other's eyes.
What are you drinking?
I've got a Pilsner in a wine glass.
Yeah.
Milady.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing? We haven't done a show since Sunday, maybe?
It's been years.
Feels like decades. How's everybody feeling out there? Our beginning of our third week
It's Kelly's birthday.
of quarantine.
Happy birthday, Kelly.
Happy birthday, Kelly.
Kelly, Green Coast Coffee. Green Coast Coffee and juice, guys. That's the truck. Keep your
Oh, I
eyes
could
peeled.
use a juice.
Kelly makes a fucking great juice.
I could kill for juice.
Our buddy Kelly's coffee.
Kelly, why don't you drive the truck over and give us a juice
Come on, man.
for your birthday?
Yeah. This is
What's been going on?
I've just been working. I've been editing a lot. So, sitting. Shout out to the people who have to sit for work.
On a daily basis?
Really uncomfortable. Like, here.
Do you
That's-
think it's
I'm
also...
like-
oh, the comments stopped. Hold on. Sad, my computer broke. Your computer broke. Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Choosing this over Animal Crossing. What is Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing?
It's a game, right?
Maybe Sarah will know. Sarah's up to date on, like,
Well, it's
real
because she's
world.
a child.
3-day juice cleanse. No, she's
You two
not.
got... She's young. 95 birthday?
Oh.
I got her song.
But I don't think that's...
And Brendan's. And they're actually both so good that I might just play
They're
them
both
both.
really good.
The year they were born songs, they're pretty good.
Really good.
It's a game on Switch. Animal Crossing.
Sarah might know.
We have tomorrow on the show.
Ask Richard. Richard might know.
Is tomorrow on the show Dickie Harmon Day? A special, unplanned
Dickie Harmon is coming on the
Dickie
show.
Harmon Day tomorrow.
Yeah, to promote a new show.
He is doing a show, but
We're
he's
not
also
telling
coming
him
on.
what to do.
Now, I want Dickie to know, just because his sister runs the show and his brother-in-law, I'm still going to come with hard-hitting questions at him tomorrow. You know what I mean?
They do know what you mean.
Just finished Narcos, 10 for 10.
Good stuff. We're not doing a crossover show with Quill today. Quill had an emergency kind of situation he's dealing with. Everything's fine. He's fine. But the show's going to be on tomorrow.
Also, who could cook every day?
I don't know how he's doing that. Every day. Well, Mom is.
Oh, right, your mom cooks every day. Well,
Most people
we're ordering
are
meals,
actually
though.
cooking every day.
Oh, your sister started Narcos. Narcos would be a good binge right now. You could do the entire series
Yeah.
and really get binge. Also, your Spanish would improve
Great.
immensely.
Hit us with some questions for Sarah and Brendan. 2 huge guests today, guys. Should we bring them on?
Yeah. Wait, there was
Sure,
one other
fine.
thing. Oh, someone asked how your parents are doing. They're good.
They're fine.
They're good. We'll talk about Dickie later and tomorrow. All right, our first guest.
Quill did a box of mac and cheese last night.
Wait, someone said Dickie. We'll
Fucking
talk about it
great
later.
looking shop.
Our first guest.
Well, they're together.
Couple of cute kids in quarantine together.
Yeah.
They have 2 songs. We're going to start with this one from September something, 1995.
Who we will ask Jason Diaz to come on. Good idea. Who we're bringing on? Sarah? Okay. So Brendan, I know you're there, so like get away from the camera.
Oh,
Just
right.
bring on Sarah.
We'll do Sarah, and then you'll get your own.
And then we'll restart his song. And
This
then we'll
is
rerun it.
this is Sarah's.
Sarah's.
The day she was born, this is the song her mom was listening to in the hospital.
It actually makes a lot of sense. Yes.
You know what?
But I gotta
I
like
could see Coolio making an amazing comeback in 2021.
Who knows?
I appreciate that.
Anything can happen. Would you also have a beer in your wine glass?
Sure, I do.
Great. Excellent.
It's a Pinot Grigio.
It's a Panagricco.
It's a Grigio.
Oh, and then
Oh, now we have
her
to
partner.
And this song, he's standing close by.
December 15th,
What year?
1981.
Ooh.
Oh, and
good
it's, the
year.
vibe
Research.
is so different. This is so,
Good year.
speaking of first celebrity crushes. This was definitely one of mine.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So far, I know Coolio's so much better.
Olivia Newton-Jesus.
It's so funny because Coolio is probably meant for me, and Olivia Newton-John is probably meant for her.
Right.
More.
Right,
Like,
right.
so that's funny, is that
And that's
your
how
song
you're
is
meant
like my
to be
song,
together.
my song.
Let's get physical.
Perfect. It's
Physical,
the perfect
is that what it
combination.
was?
How's it going?
I
What
need
are you
to
guys
do the
doing?
hook.
Good. How are you guys doing?
Cheers, guys.
Just drinking beer out of our wine glasses, you know, and
Cool.
it has chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
So.
Oh, I thought it was an espresso martini at first.
Just straight almond
Straight up?
chocolate almond milk.
Chocolate almond milk.
Delightful.
Oh, I love chocolate almond milk.
You
It's
guys, we
very
ran
good.
out of oat milk.
Not bad.
I will say this though, it makes you very thirsty.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Not
I-
thirsty.
You guys, also, I'm playing TPC Sawgrass right now. I'm on the 15th hole. So I'm
Wait,
playing-
is that like Sega Golf?
I love it. Don't
It's
mind
like, it's on the Xbox.
Oh man,
Mm.
I used to
Skip games,
love.
like 3 other
I
guys.
played TPC Sawgrass on Sega Golf.
I'm gonna get more seaweed. That wasn't enough seaweed. Really
First
good.
of all, whenever we have peeps on the show, we just say, "How you guys
How you
doing?"
guys doing?
We're doing well. We're
Yeah, we're hanging in.
we're posted up at home. We ran out of oat milk.
We had dry raisin bran today.
Dry. Oh, I love Raisin Bran. Oh, although
Yeah.
By itself.
I have eaten Raisin Bran dry right out the box. The raisins are really good pre-milk.
The raisins are great. However, this box doesn't have that many raisins.
The brand
Not
so
2
great.
scoops. It's
There
not 2
wasn't
scoops.
2 full scoops.
There's a lot of this with just the brand.
Yeah.
You know that no name brand raisin bran is better than raisin bran.
Why is that?
There's more raisins.
There's
Yeah,
just more scoops.
puffer raisins,
Two
more
scoops
scoops.
of raisins.
More scoops.
They don't even count them. They're like 1, 2, whatever.
Yeah, just here you go.
Yeah.
Fuckers. All the
Yeah.
raisins you could ever want.
You never really know how
I
the
didn't know that.
raisins will be distributed throughout the bag. Sometimes you just get a bad pour.
Bad part.
Might have been a bad pour day.
You should be able to Yelp, or you could probably in this day and age go on Twitter and complain about that. All
Yeah,
the
but
brands.
right now does
complain
not
about
seem
whatever you
like
want.
the time. You know?
Right.
That's true.
I think we should just have a bag of raisins on standby just in case.
Yeah, you guys could just
Like
have
it.
I actually
raisins.
never
and,
thought of doing that. That's a
But
good
those raisins have sugar on them.
oh,
Just
right.
roll them in
they're
sugar.
coated.
It's like resourceful times. We're learning how to make things from scratch. We can make sugary raisins.
Right.
Is that your
Right.
what's your all-time favorite cereal? If like only one cereal today.
Okay,
forever.
I love corn pops, but the corn pops you get in the States are different than the corn pops you get in Canada. The corn pops in the States are so much better. They're sugarier. They're like,
corn pops are good. I remember corn pops.
yeah, they're so good. And then
They're
Cookie
more
Crisp.
sugary in
you know.
the States. Interesting. I would.
Yeah, they look completely different. Like they're like in Canada, they're those little balls.
The little
In the
balls.
States,
Yeah.
They actually look like little yellow corns, and they're sugary and they're delicious.
Oh.
They look
What's
like
your
little
cereal?
corns. Like
You don't
off
like
the
cereal?
farm.
Yeah,
They're that
Mini-wheats.
size.
no, they're bigger.
Oh, mini wheats.
Mini wheat.
Mini
Mini
wheat.
wheats.
You guys,
What's your favorite cereal?
Honey Nut Cheerios
Oh,
for the
that's
win.
an oldie
I
but
mean,
a
that's a
goodie.
classic.
Classic.
mine is, and it's. I think it's an easy answer, but I wouldn't eat it every day. But I mean, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is
Oh,
the milk.
dessert.
It's two meals.
Yeah.
The cereal
And then
and then that milk you drink after is.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I will tell you my favorite dessert is cereal flavored ice cream, like cereal flavored milk ice cream from Momofuku.
Oh, I've never had that.
Oh,
They put cornflakes on the outside, so it's a little salty.
Oh, I like that.
okay.
Get that in the East Village in New York or Las Vegas
Okay,
at the
now we're
Cosmopolitan.
Or Toronto, and they're bringing one to Vancouver.
Are they a cereal milk bar
I
or
think-
the
I think-
sushi?
I think at any of the locations they'll have the cereal milk. It's like his, David
I've
Chang,
never-
chef.
Oh, I would be in for that. I've never
it.
tried that, and I'm an ice cream. Where you going, Gooch?
So good.
So, we're doing the show. We're chatting with our peeps. It's been great. It's a nice way to catch up and also take everyone's mind off of Sarah. It's Lucy's birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, Lucy.
Do we know
Oh,
who
happy birthday, Lucy. I know who Lucy is.
Lucy. Yeah, there's a lot of comments. We got a decent sized room here. So if you see any comments and you just want to fire in,
You
and
can always just spell things out whenever you
You
feel
can
like
al-
it.
you can always do that. Take your time. But
Okay.
so we
You're
try to
drunk.
talk to people, and we try to see how you guys are adjusting to life in this crazy world right now. But also like how so people aren't stressed out. So what have you guys been up to kind of? What do your days look like? What fun things? Movies, dancing.
Yeah, what are you guys getting into?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Well, the last 2 days. Well, this year, really, we discovered a show out of the UK called Love Island.
Ooh, yeah, people love that shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we
fabulous.
watched a couple of seasons and then took a break and just recently started a new season 5, I think.
We took a break because it was taking up too much of our time.
Of course.
Now that we have so much time,
We have a lot of time.
we started a new season.
Yeah, and
Right.
and just knowing that you do have the time, I guess it takes some of the anxiety out of the equation,
All
Like,
right.
it's cool.
which is good. That
Yeah.
feeling of like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing something else.
Yeah.
And then, you reason with yourself and you say, there's really nothing else to do. So you
So
settle
like
in
Yeah.
a little bit better, but still, one episode just rolls into the next. And every season is like over 50 episodes
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
stupid.
It's literally, you're spending an entire summer
we
with
do
these
this?
people.
Is that the one? I think I watched an episode. They're like, they're in a house and they're either just getting ready, like makeup and hair
right.
to
Yeah.
go sit outside and wear bathing
They're in the
suits and
villa.
it's night. They're dressed up and they just sit outside around
Yeah,
the
and they're
pool
like, can I
again.
pull you for a chat? And then they like go have a
And they
chat,
chat.
and they're talking and whatever.
Right. And they chat and then they hook up with each other and they just switch off partners the whole time.
That's it. And then you have
Right.
some challenges mixed in there, and then you have the recoupling. That's the sense of a lot. Or
But
that's
we've
the center
also
of a
been
lot of
going
the
for
drama.
hikes. we did a few hikes.
Fuck
We
that
get
finding
outside.
Trez.
We walk our dog.
Are you guys in Couve or LA?
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Fish
definitely
Shanty.
the ability.
What's up, baby?
Hello, my love.
That's
That's
the dog my
Shanty.
dad has, right? That kind of.
Yeah.
What
The
kind
Shih
of dog
Tzu.
is that?
Shih
Yeah,
Tzu.
my dad is.
Dog.
My dad never had pets, and then about 10. No, God, it's got to be 15 or 20 years ago. He
Dog
got one
person.
Shih Tzu, and his life just. Those people that just aren't pet people, and then they get one, and they act like to you that they're the first person who's ever had
Ever
a pet. They're
discovered
like,
a
you
dog.
don't understand. I
Yeah.
love her so much. And then they got another one. Now they're on their third or fourth. They've two have passed, but yeah, they're obsessed with those Shih Tzus.
And when his wife retired, or like my mother-in-law, when she retires, they're going to go and she wants to truck Leonard, his father's afraid of flying. So they're going to like buy a trailer, like a van, like like an RV. They
first I'm
want to do an
hearing.
RV. She told me the whole thing.
Wow.
She's like, and then we'll get an RV and we'll go around the country rescuing dogs and we'll just
Oh my.
take them and then like bring them and find families. But she just wants to like travel around. They went from no
That's never gonna
dogs to
happen.
now they're like, we're gonna travel the North America
Nope.
saving Shih Tzus. I'm like, all
My
right.
Wow.
dad is never going
Cool.
to do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's great, but he's never going to do that.
Specifically Shih Tzus?
I think
They are
I think-
upset. They just
Or
love
you were
their
just-
Shih
I think
Tzus.
specifically Shih Tzus. Like,
Yeah.
probably leave the door open to
I'm
Alice,
allergic to
but-
dogs, so once I was introduced to the Shih Tzu life, I was like, oh, I'm never gonna go back.
Are all
Are
they
Shih
not
Tzus
shedders?
hyperallergenic or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was just gonna say that's a great, like, there's a lot of good alliterations in there, like searching for Shih Tzus or
Shih-Tzus, yeah.
Oh,
saving Shih Tzus.
Shih Tzu search.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there
Yeah,
was that
the Shih
crazy.
Tzu church.
Brendan and I one time went to the zoo. It was the worst zoo. There was one dog. It was so bad. It was
dog
a
at the zoo.
one dog. It was a
Zoo.
Shih
It sounds
Tzu.
like you just went to like someone's house.
Yeah, it was a Shih Tzu.
Oh,
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
I
That's
missed
good.
that.
If you blink, you'll miss the.
Yeah,
The
no
setup.
musical talent, but she's got jokes.
That was hard. That was
We
a
got that.
hardcore slam.
Great jokes. Great
What
jokes. Okay,
Yeah,
so you
so-
guys have TikTok.
So-
you have
So
we do, we
online,
find-
you're doing hikes.
Some lonely trails.
Yeah, hikes. Actually, really got into
Hold on, you're
This-
cutting out. Hold on.
Wait, is it? Oh, there. The
video game. What is that thing
No.
called?
Oh.
There.
So for the Xbox, there's the old Kinect, which is a camera up to making them because of VR and like technology is sort of out. And it turns out there's some really fun
Wait, you're
active
frozen.
games.
Are we frozen?
You were.
and now you're back. But we heard you have an ocean game of some sort.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. We're freezing. Is it frozen?
They're frozen. Can you hear us, or is just we can't hear you?
Who is that?
What?
Oh, Jason McKinnon.
Hold on.
No.
All
Can
right.
you guys hear?
Can you hear us?
Oh, it's just not moving. No audio on them, but you can hear us.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
So we'll bring them back
Let's
in,
bring them back
and we'll
in.
get to some of your questions. How do you guys think it's going? Sometimes we like to make the guests leave and then talk about them.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
What do you think?
They both look kind
Terrible.
of cute today. I'm digging
They
Brendan's
look
hat.
cute. They look cute.
The cereal thing. Brendan said.
Make
He
your
said.
own raisins.
He said
I like it.
his choice for cereal though was a tough one though.
Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
You know what? If it was gonna be something that I had to have like every day, I'm with him on that. Honey Nut Cheerios.
That's what you give to little babies when they can't
no,
put
with some
solid
brown
foods.
sugar on them.
Oh, brown sugar. My grandmother loved brown sugar.
Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can hear you. Great.
So someone said something on the comments and they said, dogs are all the same. Stop caring so much about their breed. This is true. You are correct. However, I'm just allergic to dogs. So this is
yeah,
why
that's
we
fine.
like
Wait,
the
is that a
hype.
thing? Is
We
it
like the
all
hyperallergenic.
dogs are equal thing?
I mean, if dogs need, adopt, don't shop. If
Yeah,
dogs
true,
need
but-
saving, save the dog.
Let's just relax a little bit
But
and
it-
understand
but
that
it-
if you have a certain breed of dog you like, get the breed. You should rescue a dog regardless.
You should
True.
rescue, but BA, our friend BA, she's like really badly allergic to dogs, and so
Right.
they've been looking and waiting, and they got two this year. I think one of them is a Shih Tzu actually, because
Shih
they had
Tzus.
to wait and
I
find
did
one
Shih
that
Tzus.
was hypoallergenic, because otherwise she couldn't live in the same house as it.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, you can't just like pick any. They
Right.
have to be little and cute.
So you're hiking, you got the dog,
And it's
you're watching
Opening my third house.
the Love
Yeah.
Island.
We're doing these live action video games is basically what we were trying to say. So it's like,
the Kinect.
it's called the Xbox Kinect.
It's called Beat Explosion.
It's called Beat
Mhm.
Explosion. So basically we get a little workout on and we're like knocking shit over
It's two of
things
Oh,
over.
like the Wii, but now this is
The music?
Oh, see, that would
Boom.
be, I used
And
to have one of
and
those
you have to
Wiis.
jump, you have to duck. It's like fully three-dimensional.
It's quite fun.
And it can see you.
Yeah.
And it can see you. Yeah, you have a little avatar.
I kind of like that.
So it's
I know.
probably watching us right now along with the other
It's
accounts.
definitely-
Maybe we could give you guys an example.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
our
let's see.
Oh yeah, you
Please
guys can.
show us. Show us.
Why not? We don't have to be locked into this.
No, no,
You don't
no.
have to sit
Our
right
show
there.
has no
Yeah.
rules. Our
We
producers
could go-
checked out weeks ago.
We could turn this into a cooking show
Huh?
Yeah.
yeah.
if we wanted.
Anytime.
when we come back. When we come back.
Oh, I want to cook you guys at dinner when we come back.
Well,
Like-
everyone,
Like come back to real
we're
life.
also doing. We're also
No,
doing,
no,
like,
only virtual.
Oh no, only virtual.
Only virtual.
But we're gonna have people
no,
on now, and then about 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have them in, and if it's still the same kind of, we're gonna see where their level, because it's week 3 technically, so people have been kind of, and the couples are always like this and ba-da-ba-ba.
And
but
then
then
week 3 for a lot of.
it might just be like
divorce.
I hear Kristen Bell and Dak Shepard are having a tough time.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, some of these couples might not be couples anymore.
No, probably not.
It's Love Island in
Who is
real life.
Dak Shepard and
I know. I read it on Perez Hilton.
so solid.
I was gonna ask you guys how your lesson.
Oh, we're losing you again.
Oh, you're cutting out again.
You're cutting out again.
What's going on?
What's your Wi-Fi
What's
doing?
happening? Your Xbox is taking up all your Wi-Fi. Is that a thing? Oh no.
Did we lose him again?
They're so nice to look at, though.
Yeah, they're freezing in good positions.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to bump them out again?
We can't hear you, though. We're bringing you back.
Anyways, I think they're going to show us this. I used to have the Wii. Do you remember the Wii Fit? And you'd stand on a board, and you could do like skiing, and you could do boxing and golf.
I never had that, but
I enjoyed the Wii Fit.
Richard did, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Sure, is very pretty.
We'll try to get them back in. I don't know what's going on with these things.
Oh, just no sound. Yeah. Okay. Are you going to bring them back in?
Turn your data on. Let's try them again.
We're going to bring them back. It seems like we'll just bring them in and out every
We'll just bring them in and out. It's
5
fine.
minutes.
We're doing pretty well.
We're sorry, guys. Is
Hey,
it
Ross.
us?
Now it's good. I don't know. I mean,
Do you have this problem with other people? We don't do this a lot, so maybe
It
it's
might
us.
You don't do a lot of
It could be your
live
Wi-Fi.
Instagram shows.
Is it? I thought my.
No, it's fine. It's not us. Don't worry. We're good.
What?
Don't scare him like that.
Do you guys want to show us this game? Are you setting it up, or
Yeah, Brendan, you.
let me look at some questions? We definitely have people asking questions.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys speak any other languages?
No Turkish.
I speak a little bit of Hebrew, and then that's it, and English.
Well,
But.
See,
oh, Spanish. Speaking a week.
This
Oh.
has been on my shelf for at least 20 years.
Is it
We're
really? You can
thinking
speak in a
we've got a
week?
week. We've got a week.
it's been over a
You have
week. How's your
I
Spanish?
know, but I do find myself sort of like putting off things that when this started, I was like, okay, I'll do so much laundry, and I was doing, so many loads and doing house stuff. But now I'm like distracting myself from things that are surrounding me. It's so weird.
You have to get your environment right first.
Yes.
You get
Yeah.
your environment first, and then you flourish from there.
Yeah. That is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't
Messy
it?
bed,
Start
messy
learning.
head.
Messy bed, messy head.
That is accurate.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
we're
put this on. You
something.
can show me doing this at any time.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, great.
Now, this one's very hard.
Oh!
Wow. Oh my god.
You see me smashing all this
Good
stuff?
Yeah.
It's good exercise,
It's just
though.
like nose.
Cowboy hat.
Weird.
Are you on a mat of some sort?
No.
You just.
How is it picking? Oh, is there like a camera or something?
Yeah,
This camera right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get one round in.
No, just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more.
This is a great
Hey, make the
idea.
re- oh, I
because
got
it
it.
makes people like active while they're
Breaking
playing the game.
things.
Huh.
Look at that butt,
Oh,
also.
yeah, but-
Look at that booty.
Oh,
All right, so that's how we've been filling our time and getting our workout in.
getting your
So,
working
and
out.
like,
That's a good
I'm a little
one.
breath. My heart
Yeah.
rate
You just did like a quick set.
is elevated.
check all your bits.
Yeah, all of the bits.
Feel that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
I like that.
So you do a couple of minutes of that. We're going to start doing some yoga.
I did
We
yoga this
decided
morning.
yesterday. You did.
Good. Jess, how's your bar going?
Yes.
I fell off a bit. I fell
That's
off.
fine.
I was
You're
really
working now.
good the first 10 days, and then I'm editing
That's
right now.
fine.
So I'm literally just like wake up and like if I like this morning I woke up and walked 7 feet to my desk to sit down to start working. I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna shower today. So I showered.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That
I
feels
didn't,
good. It's
like,
the little
wash my
things
hair
we
or
have to
anything,
do.
but shower. I like put
Put
on
on
like
a
an
little
actual
mascara.
sweater and like
Yeah.
and my glasses. That was about it. But like, and then I work, and then we'll do this sometimes, and then I'll just work till like midnight right now. So I
Yeah.
haven't been doing. But I miss it because it was like there was a routine about that
Yeah.
that was nice. It was like wake up and do this,
Yeah.
and then like last week we were sleeping till like 11:30 and stuff in the morning because we were
We've
watching.
been going to
like,
bed late,
Yeah.
though.
going to bed like 3 in the morning because
We're in that
Escape from New
situation.
York. You know, you fall into that, and now we're like, okay, we got to try to get back out of it.
What did we watch last night?
Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker.
Oh yeah, we talk about that on
Mhm.
here.
I like
What
it.
are you guys watching other than Love Island? What's your favorite movie ever that you can recommend to the people?
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Well, we did just watch Honey Boy, which was amazing.
Yeah, that was
So
great.
good.
I haven't seen it yet.
I love Shia.
Yeah.
I'm
It was
glad
so
he's doing
good.
better. I love seeing him creatively, and
Wow.
he's doing well, and
Yeah.
and I enjoyed the
Yeah.
movie. It's very cool, and for
Yeah.
directing, or no, he wrote it. He didn't direct it.
And I grew up watching like his kids show, so like it was very interesting. Yeah.
Seeing the little nods to Even Stevens,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
I
I've
was-
never heard of. I didn't know what that was.
yeah,
Even
he was a
Stevens.
big. I was watching.
Even Steven.
I was rewatching ER a couple weeks ago, and
He was on it.
he was in one of the episodes. It was like 5 or 6 like really known kid actors in a row. Remember I told you it was the
No
kid
way.
from
Yeah, it was like Chris Marquette, right?
Chris
And,
Marquette, and then Shia, and then who was the other one?
That show had every like young star or star
Yeah, I
ever
can't remember.
at one point or another.
Brendan,
They all had
When
their,
did you
their,
start
like,
acting?
little guest star
You
moment.
started young. Right?
How old were you when you started?
I started when I was 13. Yeah, so
That's
pretty
pretty
young. Pretty young, but like at that time, like I thought, I don't know, it wasn't exactly like being a kid actor. I felt like I was grown up.
You were
But
right
in
above.
retrospect,
yeah.
it is young, and I definitely spent most of my time like on sets rather than in junior high school and high school. That I got up really fast,
Right.
I rediscovered childhood in my 30s. I feel like.
You came back around.
Favorite movies though? What's your favorite movie?
All time. Like the movie I've probably seen the most is her.
Is which? It just lagged. Oh no, it's freezing again.
We're freezing again?
Is it ours?
I don't think it's
Hold on.
ours.
Well,
we have-
ours keeps trying to.
Oh.
No.
Should we close out and start over, or? We haven't had this issue before.
Well, we've had weird no.
No, it's Sarah because ours is working. Sarah, your Wi-Fi sucks.
God damn it! There you back.
I
Okay,
feel
that's
it's
it. No
so
more.
Bad.
No, it's okay.
No.
It happens.
It happens. It's
It's
also
fine.
Instagram. Like we did it the other day, and we've now noticed that if we don't close Instagram out before we start, people can't hear us. It's like
Oh.
weird little issues. There's just too many Instagram lives happening.
You
all
can't have any too many
All the
too
time.
many
We're
cookies
overwhelmed with
flying
We're
around.
lives.
There's probably a lot of
overwhelmed with
cookies
lives.
flying around.
It's a lot. Okay, wait, what were you saying though? I wanted to hear you.
His favorite
You talked about your favorite movie, and
Oh
you
yeah.
paused
Well,
right
I
when
was
you
just.
said
I know
what
this
was.
is so weird, but it's Hurley Burley, like
That's a great one.
David Rabe, like play. I mean, I think I know that movie better than any other movie.
Yeah, word for word. Honestly, him and his
Yeah.
friends will sit and watch it, and like word for word.
Well, one specific friend, yeah, Benjamin Arthur. Do you guys know him?
Of course, yeah.
I do not.
Yeah. He's
So
he was local, and then yeah.
one day we'll do the play. I think.
There's you and Benjamin are gonna like put it on.
Yeah, Hurly Burly. Yeah, the
That'd
play.
be great.
Oh, you
Yeah.
definitely should.
I know, Lenny. You'd be so good in it too.
All right.
Cast.
Look at the space. How could you not?
You'd
Look
be
at
good
everything that's
as
happening
Kevin
here.
Spacey's character.
I don't think that is for
Yeah, we should. It's funny because we like this. Every time we start talking to someone and they throw out a new movie,
We're
it's
like,
always something we haven't seen in a while or you forget about. What else are you watching besides Love Island? Did you do Tiger King? Everybody's doing Tiger
Everyone's
King.
doing it.
Mm-hmm. We've been watching a lot of sports movies,
Love Island.
but also we got back into American Idol. Yeah,
Oh, the new.
but that's really just in solidarity with our parents, you know. Us watching.
My favorite movie has to be Princess
Those are
Diaries.
parent.
Is that the?
that Anne
Oh no,
Hathaway?
this is such a weird. Yeah. Yeah. Why
The
is this
first
so
one or
pro?
the second one?
I
Oh no.
Oh no, we're losing you again.
I don't know if I've ever seen Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries.
Why don't we try one more? We'll close it.
We're gonna close the whole thing.
The whole
and-
thing.
Guys, we're gonna close the whole thing quickly
try
and
one
start
more.
again.
We're back.
Who's here?
We did it again, and this time we're going to do it again even better. I don't know if it's us. Yeah, I think it normally does that, though, and it's still working. We'll try this again. We apologize for the technical
Oh, they're there.
difficulties.
There they are. There they are.
Oh no.
Yay!
We reset the Instagram. I hope that helps.
All right,
So
we'll
did
see if it
we.
works.
We did. Everyone just did a quick reset.
We'll just keep plowing through. So, Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries.
It's just I tried to change it over the years, but I can't.
Can't help it.
I don't know.
I
if
thought
I've ever
she was
seen
talking
that.
about Princess Bride.
Right.
When you
would.
started, yeah.
Misconception.
You would. It's a common misconception. Yes. No. Have you
They
not
both have
seen
princess
Princess
in it.
Diaries? Did she not show you the Princess Diaries?
No, we haven't gotten
Would
there.
you watch it?
Didn't I try to show you the Labyrinth once?
I watched it.
Yeah.
Labyrinth was
Shanti looks like what's the
someone we
That's
just had on. Their favorite movie was Labyrinth.
really?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. That's a lot of
Probably Sachin.
No,
No,
we won't let him on the show.
great movie.
We keep bringing him on and kicking him back off the show. Like
She was watching this random thing on her phone about Larry Clark, who directed the movie Kids, which I watched when I was
Kids.
a teenager a lot.
Yeah.
Skateboarders in New York,
Yeah.
AIDS epidemic. Thought that was an incredible
Have
movie,
you guys
but I
seen-
thought it was strange that it was just. I was like, hey, that's Kids. That's a movie I used to watch all the time. She's like, wow, yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, you've never seen
Well,
Kids? Kids is a dark movie.
I have seen a little bit of Kids, but I wasn't ready to appreciate it when I was watching it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
a
saw it
tough
when I
movie.
was younger, and it just was very. I feel like it frightened me.
Or the
It
other-
did, and it was just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gummo is a movie, another one of his movies that maybe you watch once, but
Yes.
not necessarily revisit.
Because it sticks. It just kind of like sits.
Yeah,
Right.
if you have never
Yeah.
seen Kids, it's definitely be warned. It's definitely a rated R.
Yeah, it's not
NC-17.
for
Well, I can't
kids.
watch it then.
Visceral.
Yeah.
Visceral is a good word.
But it's also a
for
really
those movies.
interesting
Visceral.
look.
It is
Yeah.
visceral. Yeah.
What about
Wait,
Grease? What
now-
about musicals?
Musicals.
Grease.
Do you love musicals?
I love musicals and I love Grease. Like a lot. Like
Grease?
that's a movie Grease.
Grease.
Once.
I grew up loving Grease.
I thought you said Greeks. I was like the people of Greece.
Them too.
Them too.
Them too.
Jess
I love
doesn't like
and I
musicals,
love fucking
No, but
Greeks. That's
Grease,
it.
I could do from front to back. Like I know every song, every word, every dance, everything.
Can we get a little?
Yeah, let's see it.
Hold on, let me give. Do you want some background
We
music?
can give you some.
No.
You're the one.
We have one of
From
the.
Greece.
Do you have musical talents? If so, prove it.
Okay. Well, I can sing really well.
All right.
Which
I'm
song do you
joking.
wanna
I
sing?
can't. I don't have
Well-
much musical talent at all.
Nice.
I'm a dancer, but
I was
other
gonna say
than that,
you seem to be able to dance though, so you have rhythm.
yeah. So I was like a
Makes sense.
professional dancer when I was a kid, till I was like 18, and then I started acting.
That must have been difficult. I know people that were dancing, like ballerinas and stuff, and that was
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, it's an interesting life. I think that's why I decided to switch, because I don't know. There's this like never-ending not feeling good enough to do what you're doing when you're a dancer, which is weird. It's just because you're surrounded by so many amazing dancers, and a lot of that comes from like technique and just natural born gifts. Whereas acting is the same thing, but I find that you can draw inspiration from so many different people and like use it to drive you, instead of being like, oh, I'll never be able to point my toe like that or lift my leg that high. It's like
There's more mathematics to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's some
physical
science to
ability.
dancing that doesn't exist in acting.
Well, it's also a tough career, I think, because it's a young person's career. Like, you know, when you watch, I remember watching So You Think You Can Dance years ago. I loved that show. And the dance career, though, the wear and tear, and then also you get to be 20, your early 20s, and then all of a sudden you're kind of, your career's a bit over it. Yeah, it's one
That's
of those
what it
kind
was for me. I was like, my body was completely broken by 18. I was like, I can't keep doing this.
You were tired of the rejection, so you became an actor.
So I became an actor.
Genius. Great idea. Now, where did you guys meet? I don't think I actually know that story. Did you meet on
Oh,
the
look
show?
at that. How'd y'all meet?
Wow.
Woo!
From Katie.
So we
Big
met
Bad.
in a movie, actually, that was being filmed in Winnipeg. It's called No Miss in some markets, but predominantly called Night Hunter. Now they changed the title, but yeah, it's
good.
on VOD right
And
now.
everyone
You can
should
go
watch
that.
it.
Night Hunter.
Night Hunter.
We can do that. We don't
VOD
have
platforms.
much to do.
She played one of my victims I was keeping in the basement.
Ooh, I can see that.
Yeah, you can see that, right?
I believe
Oh,
that.
can you?
Yeah.
Her being the victim and being people in the basement.
But
Yeah,
we're
that's
just
right.
in
Yeah.
keeping people in the basement
Yeah.
in general.
Just all of those, all of the above. No. And then you've been together at, Winnipeg.
And now, like,
Uh-oh.
so that was
And the
3
rest
years,
is history.
basically 3 years ago to the month.
I love that.
Crazy.
And here
You
we
and
are.
I met in Winnipeg, actually.
I
Here we
know.
are.
It was a whirlwind romance.
Whirlwind romance.
It was
And
only
together.
slightly terrifying.
Right. The romance or her being locked in your fake
Oh, I'm
business?
sorry. I think they're talking about the movie. I was reading a comment.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
they were talking about the movie.
Right.
The romance, it's not, mostly not terrifying. And I think that this is a good test.
Yeah.
For people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
It's a
saying
lot
You
of-
guys live
It's
together?
not. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We are actors.
Crazy.
We were both working out of Vancouver for a long time. And, you know, the life of an actor, like, we don't work every day. So we do have some experience in being together.
the idea of it all being the inability to go out and stuff. But for an actor, if you're on downtime, you would be.
Yeah.
We lost you.
Are you in here?
Now.
We're kicking. I'm bringing him back in. It works for like we just every
Yeah.
5 minutes kick him out and bring him back in.
Yeah.
That's just how we're gonna roll.
We might have to try and redo this then. It's just not.
I know, because I want to hear everything that they're saying actually. And they both have good.
Hope
Both of these people have really good stories from their career as well.
They have to use their data probs.
What they have to? What does that mean? Sophia Barter thinks the Xbox is the problem. I don't know. I mean, does that? It's probably just Instagram. Yeah, probably.
Are they just now stuck?
Yeah, what's happening?
I think it's just the Wi-Fi. It's just, something isn't kicking from...
Maybe Instagram's just breaking down. Because I feel like the entire world is on Instagram.
So we've turned off the Xbox, and Sarah closed like 25 apps on her
Oh!
I just did that on my phone too. I was like, all right, there
Maybe
goes
it's
Twitter.
that.
Yeah, we're
I think
hoping.
Instagram's just like overwhelmed and overloaded. Oh, you have
What-
questions?
We
Just
do
like we
quick
all
fire
are.
questions. Let's get these in before we
Quick fire
lose you again.
questions.
We're just going to fire off some quick fire questions.
First answer that comes to your
People
head.
love to hear answers to questions.
People love questions and their answers. Favorite Chris?
Chris,
Farley.
Who?
Farley.
Chris.
That's actually a good
Oh,
one.
Favorite
great
Chris.
answer.
like a person?
Yeah, like all the Chris's.
Normally,
Sarah knows what I'm talking about, right? It's like the favorite Chris's. Like
Yeah,
it's
like
Chris
Chris
Pine,
Hemsworth,
Chris Evans.
Chris Pine.
but I like the Farley
Fine.
answer.
Yeah.
Farley.
But Farley is a
Chris
very
Farley
good
is
answer.
mine.
I would go with Farley now, too.
100%.
That's the first time we
Actually,
heard
if you
that.
put
That's
Farley into that questionnaire, he's going to win every time.
Yeah.
You know, my first time in LA was to meet and read with Chris Farley.
For what?
For Black Sheep. I was 14, and I was his biggest fan. And so yeah, I flew down to LA. It was my first time in LA ever. My mom and I flew down there, read with Chris. He hung out with me outside in the Paramount lot. We had a coffee. He had a cigarette. We talked about him leaving Saturday Night Live. One of the most amazing. This was before ATMs, and we didn't have any cash. He gave me and my mom $40 to get some dinner.
Aww.
That's one
Every
of those
time Chris
extreme-
Farley is brought up, his mom goes, I owe him $40. I still owe him $40.
Yeah, that's one of
She
those
should read
great
that.
stories that
That's
comes from.
insane.
Yeah, that's a once in a lifetime too.
That's amazing.
I mean, he's all time for sure.
Really incredible for me, yeah. At that time in my life, you know, and I was just starting then, so like I really didn't know any different. I guess it was sort of like on the, you know, it felt a little normal. I don't know. I was just like, oh, this is how it works, you know.
Yeah.
You get into the industry and then you work with your heroes. Like that's what
Yeah, of
happens.
course.
And he turns out to be a good
Yeah.
guy too.
Duh!
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
Farley.
crazy
Except,
story.
you know, I did get the part. I have to say, I'm not in the movie. Because
Who cares?
I was
couldn't
gonna
get
say,
my
did
work
you
paper.
get the role?
But I did get the part. I nailed that audition. He loved
You
me.
got the part, but you
You
weren't
didn't
in.
get the papers.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And they had to shoot a scene involving a helicopter the next week, and it was just like they couldn't move it.
No, we're cut. Hold on.
Oh,
One
that's-
of my
Hold on. We're coming right back.
Wait, we kicked them out again.
I know. It just, once it starts, it seems like
It's an amazing story. Fletcher's full of those stories too. Full up. He's full up of them. Come on, waiting for Sarah.
We'll just blame Sarah for this.
It's all Sarah's.
Oh, no.
No, we almost had them.
We almost had them.
Don't blame me. This is not my fault.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely blaming you.
Letty's new favorite thing is to blame you for this.
That was so. How did we get into that? Oh, favorite Chris.
What an amazing story. That's the best. Yeah, that's the best answer we've had so far because it came with like an actual story about it. Someone's story the other day was who was it that we asked?
Oh, who's your favorite Chris? And it was Riley. And he's like,
Oh.
well, I met my fiance
Evans
at
because
Chris
he
Evans'
met
house.
his-
So
yeah,
I was like,
Oh, that's
Ooh.
cute.
everyone
nice way
has,
to
like,
drop
a
the
real
Chris
Evans
story
in there.
about it. I'm like, oh, you're friends with Chris Evans. fine. I guess he's your favorite.
Last famous person. Here's another one because the Chris Farley. Last famous person. Who did you were most excited to meet?
Like someone that you met that you were like, oh wow, like this is like an idol or a really respect.
I need to reword that question.
No.
I don't know. Okay, Brendan, last famous person you met that you were starstruck by. That's the question, right?
Pretty much,
yeah.
yeah.
Like
It's supposed to come out. It
that
never
you were,
comes
like,
out
excited
quite
to
right.
meet. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't come out well, Lenny.
No, he never
That's
says
for
it right.
It never translates. I have to reword
Just
it.
let me say it every time.
Which famous person were you most excited to meet? How's that?
Okay.
Farley would have been that. Yeah.
That's a big
Yeah,
Yeah.
Farley. He's met so many famous people, and honestly, I don't know. Ben Kingsley.
Oh, that's a good one.
really
Good one.
Ben Kingsley.
You were really excited to meet Henry Cavill on the movie we did together, Night Hunter.
Cavill is that Superman slash
I was more
The
excited to
Witcher?
meet Sir Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben Kingsley.
Sir Ben, yes, of course.
He's also in that movie that we met on. So
That's a cast.
Oh, that's
okay,
a
we're
nice
gonna need
cast.
to watch this night.
Hell of a cast.
Yeah.
Of a cast.
One of mine
also
was
Alejandra Daddario is in that movie. Eliana Jones, great people. David Raymond directed it.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
Oh,
I was
Tucci.
so starstruck.
All
I
right,
couldn't
we
even
were definitely
picture
gonna
him.
watch
He's
this
a
movie.
good one. I'd be excited to meet him.
I didn't know what to do. I don't know why I was so starstruck around.
I love how you were like, I can't think of
People
anyone,
you respect.
and
like,
then
that
you just
actually
named
admire.
6 people who are all really great.
Yeah. Basically, everyone that I worked with on the last movie I did.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't really met anyone.
Yeah.
I had snack break with Ben Kingsley though. He was cool.
And I guess he was interested.
Yeah.
He was
that
alright.
He was great.
Well,
Can I tell you, though, just side note about Ben Kingsley, I've never seen it before, but you guys have been to many read-throughs before.
Yeah.
For a production, you do the read-through.
we
Have you
met
ever
one.
seen
We
anyone
met
be
at one.
completely off monologues, never looks at this, but
He
but
was
turns
off
it,
before.
Oh yeah, just turns the pages but doesn't look down.
full engagement with his scene partner over the cast read-through table. Have you ever seen that?
Oh.
He did that. He shook everyone. Everyone was just like, "Whoa, I'm not good."
Boosh.
Ben Kingsley is the best actor in the world, and I'll never be Ben Kingsley. He, without saying anything, he prepared to the level to make everyone else.
I think some actors.
That's how I
funny.
That's really intimidating. I would be terrified. by
Yeah, that would also.
Yeah,
I just
because
feel like
as a,
did you freeze?
That definitely didn't
No.
happen.
I would be like,
That's good. That's
just
good.
like in the
That's
middle,
good.
be like,
That's good.
I didn't do that. Were we supposed to do that?
No one does
yeah,
that.
is this the level that we're supposed to be?
A friend of mine did a movie.
He was doing it to intimidate people. I swear to God,
Probably.
he was.
And it worked.
As he should.
But it was great to see Henry Cavill want to stay in the scene with Ben Kingsley, but have to look down.
Look down.
He look down as quickly
And I
as he
won.
could, but then it's just great.
Utterly terrifying.
Um,
So that's not your, who's your most excited? Because you have, you were on friggin', I mentioned that to Lenny earlier. I was like, I bet you have crazy stories from The Revenant and stuff. You've done some crazy movies. Who is the, most excited you were ever to meet someone?
I mean, I think that I was most excited to do The Revenant.
To do that, yeah.
Because that felt really big. That
Yeah.
felt like a
And it
really
was.
big achievement to get a part in that,
With basically,
and then-
it was insane.
and pound for the biggest, probably our one true movie stars. There's a lot of movie stars, but DiCaprio, there's that thing where he's never done a sequel, he's never done a superhero movie, there's 3 things that are he's still on this level of old school Hollywood who kind of, yeah. How was he to work with?
The work that he's done over the years, it's actually insane.
Yeah, he's incredible.
That he's still pushing, still doing amazing, interesting things with incredible filmmakers. yeah, it's so hard not to be starstruck by him.
I would imagine.
You know, even though he's super chill when you meet him in a small group, but like there's always a thing with him where like he knows that he's a massive movie star.
Right.
Like he knows, and even if you're cool, there's like a sense of like, oh, you're acting cool because you're acting cool. Like you're I know you're starstruck by me. You can't just be like, hey man, what's up? And then forget about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, and so like, yeah. So it's like, hey man, oh great, it's great to meet you, and like, but you can't help but like feel like you're not just acting cool. You know, I don't know.
Does it go with, like, you must have been on that movie for a while. That's a pretty intense.
Yeah.
After like the second month, do you feel like you're kind of like, all right, I'm a little more comfortable now? He puts his pants
like
on
when we're all like
one
on
leg
the
at a
boat
time.
and we're singing like our favorite jingles from you know, TGIF Fridays, you know what I mean? Like the step-by-step theme song. That's what we like to do. It's just like sing it's like old Tribe Called Quest, you know?
Nice.
I was gonna say,
we'd sing like a
you
lot
got the
of like,
album behind your head.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's like
I've got
legit.
mine over there.
Really?
Yeah, it's literally like behind. It's right. No, I'll go find it. Oh well, I guess I don't need to prove to you that I have
It's so
it.
funny. Yeah, I mean, what a beautiful,
Right there.
what a beautiful.
Do you like a Tribe Called Quest? Prove it.
album
Prove it!
art, you know?
That's
That's like the only record we have.
Oh, good. Just play that on repeat.
Who
it's
was
not
your-
a bad one to have.
Who was your first celebrity crush?
Ooh, yes, good one.
Alyssa Milano from Who's the Boss?
That was mine.
It says,
Although now I might switch it to Olivia Newton-John Grease because I'm wondering if that was before
Yeah.
Alyssa
was trying to
Milano.
think
Yeah,
of-
Who's the Boss? I mean, that was kind of right in that area.
And then like Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Saved by the Bell was a little bit after.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
classic.
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it was like 90210,
Right.
Shannon Doherty for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. The bad girl. Brenda.
Can I just go down my whole list?
Yeah. How about you, Sarah?
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, who's yours?
I don't
Mine.
know. I remember really liking Ricky Martin, like really, really being obsessed with him.
Oh. La Vida
But
La
I
Voz?
don't really-
It's not of your persuasion.
But then I also like John Travolta. Like I was just so obsessed with that whole
Yeah, you love Grease.
bad boy turned soft and like, ooh, like I can change a man. What? I like that. So I was like, yeah. I mean, then I ended up with a cowboy.
John
You guys are
Travolta.
hilarious.
Yeah, he was so
John
cute.
Travolta.
Yeah, you really.
You're
really
Ricky
thinking
Martin
about
and John
that one.
Travolta.
Really-
I know. All
You
over
definitely
the
have a
map.
type.
And then I like it's not.
Brendan,
it
she has a
doesn't matter
type.
what you look like. It's what's in here.
No, we're not talking about what they look like.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of them would like you. Would have liked you
Necessarily
as
like
much.
you. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, she likes real hard to get.
Real hard to
Real
get.
hard to get.
Obviously, I love the Jonas Brothers. Whatever. Zac Efron.
Oh, now she's just throwing them out there.
He wanted to do it.
He's still hung up on the.
It's cool. If you were like 10 years older, you'd be like, it was the Hanson brothers,
True.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Too bad I'm not 10 years old.
And I think I like the Jonas Brothers. I think I'm more of a Jonas Brothers guy than I am a Hanson Brothers guy.
I don't think were the
What
Hanson
about
brothers.
the
Oh yeah,
Moffats?
people were obsessed with the Hanson brothers, weren't they?
Yeah, they were like, you guys don't understand. They are brilliant musicians. And they are not to be summed up by bop. Much more than bop. They would say that.
I do remember that. My cousin had an obsession with one of them, and she'd say exactly that.
Oh,
It was
that's
like,
the
it's not
fight back.
about that. Yeah, it's like they're really good.
Did they have their second half where they got older and then they started playing much more serious
They just
music?
went away, I think.
Well, there's still time.
I just saw someone say Zac Efron. That's another one.
I said that, Zac Efron.
Oh, you did?
Do we have any? Let me see if we have any.
like,
Let me see if we have any
Cutie.
questions from the room.
Oh, questions? From
one of your questions would be Usher or Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
That was a big question back in the day.
Pick one. Pick one of those two.
Which one were you? What is it? What's that word? Stan. Which one?
I
did
always
you
loved
stan?
Timberlake.
I never liked Timberlake.
I always loved
I loved
Timberlake.
Usher so much. Like Confessions is probably my favorite album ever made.
I'd probably go for Usher over.
You never liked
Usher over Timberlake.
Now
I mean, Cry Me a River.
I know.
I
like
love
such
Timberlake.
a-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Such a
I love
jam.
Did you hear that?
well,
He was also great in that. I feel like Timberlake's having a bit of a tough run the last few years. He's run into
he has it's like music wise.
now I love Harry Styles.
Lenny loves Harry Styles.
He's fantastic.
He's
Harry
like the
Styles is like-
barometer to which everyone else is judged, I feel.
He's like all of it in one little basket that
love
Simon
him.
Cowell just like handed to us.
I love him.
and
I
he
love
wears like
Simon
these
Cowell.
1920s like grandma,
Pearl.
With pearls.
but also the collars, like
Yeah.
the Victorian collars coming out of the sweater with the big old pants.
Amazing.
Okay, so we all love Harry Styles.
We saw him the other day. He was like sitting on a stool with just like black nylons on or something, with like clutching his pearls, and like he's just. I dig him. I mean, he's young, but I dig him.
That first album of
I
his
did.
is really good. I don't love the second one as much, but the first album is really like
It was good.
very
Stop
David
crying,
Bowie.
baby. It's the sign of the time.
Yeah. See, Brandon can sing. Why aren't you singing?
Yeah.
I will. Oh, I will next time.
Oh, I will.
Yes, fair.
If you weren't an actor, what would be your dream job?
Race car driver?
Oh.
We had one yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Wow, you knew
No.
that right away.
Race car driver. Actually,
Yeah.
we had Lindsay Morgan on. Her boyfriend Sean Sipos.
That was his answer.
He grew up.
Immediately.
He
It's like-
grew up racing and kind of.
I know. Yeah, I know Sean Sipos
Oh.
well, and definitely jealous that he found a way to incorporate that into his life. I have to say that's amazing, and also his friend Justin Chatwin, who just seems to live in the desert and ride dirt bikes. Like,
Is that what
That's all.
that one's doing these days?
yeah, he just lives in Joshua Tree. Like, he has a pickup
Oh, isn't that where they're
And a
building a
tent.
house?
Sean's building a
and,
house.
and a couple.
John's building a
motorcycles
house
to see.
in Joshua Tree. Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Way.
Wow.
Yes, way.
Way.
I guess to
It's
go
incredible.
live with Justin Chatwin.
You should
his
watch,
neighbors, and ride bikes and
You
drive
should watch
fast.
F1
Oh,
on
good stuff.
Netflix. It's Formula Racing, but it's kind of like a documentary reality show where you learn about the racers and they show you the behind the scenes and the
Oh, I love
struggles, and it's really fucking good. I enjoy it.
That's like the kind of thing that'll make you an F1 fan. Like,
Oh,
if
it
you
has
were-
already, yeah. Because I had no interest in racing.
Yeah.
I watched it last year, and I was like, I think I'm into this. But I also love what it takes to get, like, the amount of work they have to put in to make the cars the way they are, and then the racers, the amount of difficulty in the slightest little thing can just totally take you out, and the stress of it. It was really good.
Intense. So
Oh, Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh,
good.
love that
We
movie.
just saw that a few days ago.
So
which
good.
wasn't an anticipated watch on your part, but like it was. She got into it. She got into it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a white knuckler, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was intense.
She
True
was
story,
holding.
too.
Oh, that was a tense watch.
I really cared about them.
It was
Yeah.
intense. You had a moment in
That was
time.
so genuine.
I really did care.
Hey, I saw a question on here. What was it like to play a villain on the 100?
Yeah, here we go.
People want to know.
What was it like to play a villain? It was
Yeah,
like
badass.
it was like the best.
So
I
fun.
mean, I think you'd rather play a villain than the nice guy, right?
I think it's more fun sometimes.
You wanna
Yeah.
stir the pot.
Yeah, and I was like, and Brendan's always playing villains. I was always playing like, woo, high school, like, you know? So it was great. It was really nice. People love to hate a villain. And I was like, I don't know, really excited to just be the bad guy.
It's freeing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was really cheeky and like really quick-witted in that show, and like I like that kind of evil. Like she's so evil, she'll cut you with her words. She wasn't the best fighter, but like
Smart. Yeah.
Shit ton of dialogue.
Shit ton of dialogue.
You were great.
Thank
You
you.
could tell that you were enjoying yourself too, which I find is nice when you see an actor like not only doing a great job, but you can tell that they're like they want to be there,
Right.
that they're enjoying doing it.
I didn't see.
It goes a long way.
You
Yeah.
played.
Josephine.
You played Josephine, who then.
So
what
I
happened?
played the
Eliza-
Into
original
Eliza's
Josephine.
mind. Yeah.
And then
She
basically.
starts
Yeah.
acting.
So I was which was also
And then
really cool to share.
So Eliza has to act like you. Did you guys? Someone just asked. Did you give her ways to do that, or did she just hang around with you for a few days?
We would. So they actually sent me dates. So I shot first. I kind of like created her first,
Right.
and I decided to have a few things here and there. And like between Jason and I, we created some things that she did. And then Eliza got those dailies and then did her stuff off of my stuff. And then I got those dailies and then shot my stuff off of her being me.
Oh,
So we kind of like,
that's
as
really
it went,
cool.
yeah, as it went further, we became more kind of like one, which was exactly what was happening. So I think it read really well.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Mm-hmm.
It helped to have a very specific hairstyle too, that you guys could mirror, like the slick back in the middle with the sides down. I don't know.
Yeah, she
but just,
didn't
like,
have that, but she
didn't. She had a version of it, didn't she?
I don't know.
She did. You like would twirl your hair, right? Like
Yeah,
like
twirling
like a hair twirler.
Yeah, there was,
And so she
That was
would
actually
just-
a wig. A lot of people don't know, but that was a wig.
Oh, I don't know that I knew that.
Yeah.
Why would
Full
they have
wig?
it on a wig?
lace front.
Well, when I came in, my hair, I guess, was not as blonde as they wanted. So I don't know. They just decided it was shorter. It was like a little bit shorter than my hair. So what they did was they kept my front pieces out, and then they started the wig from like here back, and then they braided. Yeah.
Got it.
I don't know, but
I haven't caught up with that season yet, but I look forward to seeing that. It sounds cool.
Yeah, that was
Pretty good.
It was a cool concept. The whole sci-fi concept of that all was nice.
yeah, it was good.
It was wild.
What's it like for you to watch her, Brendan? Or I guess you guys have to watch each other.
Well, thank God I do love watching her.
Yes.
You can actually, I was
Right?
going to say, I think it's sweet how excited you get. Like, whenever Jess works on something, because not every relationship, if you date another actor, there is always the chance that you're going to, in the back of your mind, be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
You can
there.
see-
And,
Yeah, I mean the veil's lifted a little bit, of course, right? I mean, whoever, if you know someone and you see them performing, there's a little bit of how you know them, how you relate them, the projection that you're putting on their performance, and how you're grounding in what you know about them and all that. It's nice to just get lost in someone's performance. And
Yeah.
it's a little bit harder if you know them, I find, but. With her, I mean, I think I saw exactly what you saw, Jess. Like, is that she's just like having fun, and it was loose and it was free, and it was definitely like a different side, and I didn't feel like she was pushing any of this.
No.
It was just sitting all really nicely. For me, I can't watch myself at all. Like
Oh, really?
I'll flop sweat, and I'll if I have to watch it, then I fast forward just my bits. Like if I like a show and I'm watching it, and then I'm like a guest star on it or something, that's the end. That's when I stop watching it. No matter how into it I am.
You love a show. You book your dream job. It's like, you know.
On this show that I love. And
Breaking
it
Bad,
means
it's season 7, and then you're on and you're like, fuck. And I can never watch it again.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, wow.
Fuck that show.
You don't watch a lot of shows then.
I have to watch, or else I'm like, I have to know what I liked and what I didn't like. It's a dance thing. Like I watch myself dance and change little things. So when I watch what I do and I want to fix, even with audition tapes, like I like to tape it and then like sometimes I like to go right again.
Ground that you do watch and you like perfect. So that kind of makes sense that you would watch and analyze and then try to perfect on that what you've done.
Yeah, and also I find that there's moments where I am like, because a lot of it is cringeworthy for me to watch. I'm like, oh, like I remember every little detail of that. But when I come across a moment that I think is funny or that actually makes me feel emotional or that I think was really good, that inspires me. Like I'm like, okay, look, there's something. I'm kind of good at this. Like I should keep going.
That's good.
Yeah, I watch the stuff. I didn't start acting until later in my late 20s. So I was so already watching so much television and then when I would do stuff, I was first of all just like, oh, I got to see what this fucking looks like. Yeah. And it helps me only to kind of figure out if there's any tendencies that I see and I'm like, oh yeah, why do I do that? And maybe get rid of that on my head or little bits and pieces there. Yeah. Or be able to watch it and just watch it from a point of view of being like, it's not me, and see if I genuinely enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it differs in everyone, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't really watch anything that I do, but I feel like it's just because I know whatever I did was perfect and there's nothing to learn.
It's hard,
That's Brendan, too. He knows it's perfect.
Yeah, I like to, I just think that, I've walked away from sets feeling good after shooting a scene and walked away from sets feeling terrible.
Yeah.
But like really watching it is a whole other experience. It's
and it's also
the whole thing.
To that, you can also walk away from set loving what you did, and then when it's edited and put together, and what takes they use, that's one of the tough things though, because if you'll get in your head and be like, that's not the. If you know that they might not use a certain take, it might affect the way you shoot something down the line when you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm not going to give it this because they're definitely not going to use it. That's actually something to think about, too.
Ultimately, you don't have control over how your performance is presented or perceived.
Mm-hmm.
So really, all you're left with is your experience doing it.
Right.
And then the final product is something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
I think that's
it's just difficult to amalgamate the two. There's a bit of a shock initially. And I think, by the third time, maybe watching it, if you get that far, you can see the thing for what it is in its totality outside of your own experience of doing it or your experiences of the day working on those particular scenes, and then seeing it all together is just it's an entirely different beast, isn't it? It's just like a conglomeration of everyone's own personal experience.
Right.
Seen through the eyes of one editor in some cases.
Literally.
So, yeah.
Is Richard live right now? He can't go.
I know. Dickie's live. Why is he?
That's
literally
of a bitch.
Wow.
Wait, should I FaceTime him right now and be like?
Well, no, he won't answer it.
Oh well, no, yeah. Just keep interrupting him until he has
let him have it.
Until he has to get off live.
I keep on seeing Justin Bieber is live, and I'm like wanting to pop
God
over.
Damn, everybody goes. 4 o'clock is our time. Although we've run. Well, this was great, you guys. Do you guys? I don't know.
Is there anything else you want to? Any wisdom you want to share in terms of like what you guys are doing that's helping you stay moderately sane with the people?
You know,
I don't even know if it's about that. I think it's more just like knowing that it's okay to, while everyone's like being so positive and doing these workouts and doing this and that, it's like, it's okay to still feel not okay.
Yeah.
And like, if you're not changing, the world is changing, and like, you're still going to be upset sometimes, still going to be hard. You don't have to be okay. You don't have to do all this self-motivated stuff, because it's so hard to be self-motivated. And I think even at the beginning of this, I was a lot more motivated than I am now. And I feel that as I'm always clicking on Instagram and like seeing all these, sometimes I just get sucked into the lives. I love it. I think it's so great. It takes me away from what's happening, and just stop hating online, I think, is like a big thing. Like, everyone is still kind of hating on like, oh, everyone's doing live chats and things.
Yeah, I never understood why people get so angry about.
It's like,
yeah.
Who cares?
It's like,
Yeah,
shut
They
up.
get
I
so
don't
angry
want
about
it.
what other people are doing when it's not like you're forcing them to
No.
click or hit. People are just
Yeah.
trying to get through their day with any way they can.
Exactly. We're all
Yeah,
doing
that's
our
always
best,
been a
and,
weird,
like,
thing about social media. People get so angry at it. It's like when people watch certain television shows and they tweet about them. So if Succession is on, there'll be 10 people who go, "Yeah, I'm not watching Succession, nor do I plan on doing it." Or they get pissed. And it's like,
Okay.
I don't understand.
Great.
I don't understand
Yeah.
why you could have just saved yourself 2 minutes and done whatever you were doing.
People are afraid.
That's
They're
such a
angry.
good thing, though. Just whatever you're doing, just be happy and
Yeah.
content with that.
And don't
Be
beat yourself
happy.
up for not doing whatever. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I started this meditation class, and I was like, oh, this is going to get me, because I was really anxious at the beginning of all this, and I was like, this is going to get me through it. And then I kind of like fell off of it, and then I started feeling bad that I fell off of it, and I was just like doubling down, and now I'm just like, yeah, whatever makes you feel good in the moment, do that. Follow who you want to follow, unfollow whoever you don't want to follow, and save yourself.
That's also
Eternal
very easy
anger.
to do.
Yeah.
The one thing you're learning right now is who you don't want to be associated with in a pressure situation.
I have a list. I have a list of people that like we know and like friends and stuff that were like total dicks during this. I'm like, I'm not gonna like necessarily call you out or do anything in the future to like attack you, but I have a list. You're fucking on
crossing you
it, and now I know forever you're an asshole. Like,
taking names.
Yeah.
know that now.
Is
taking names?
Is there a Thompson in here that's related to you?
Yeah, my mom has probably been in here the whole
What's her
time.
name?
Yeah. Val Thompson's
Oh,
been.
Val Thompson.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I
Sammy
love
Family
Clark.
rules.
Yes,
Yes,
Val,
Val,
Sarah
Sarah's mom.
All
Hi,
caps.
Val.
Oh my god.
All
Hi,
over.
mommy.
Yeah, no, we really appreciate
Yeah, what do
being
you
here
got
with you
advice?
guys, because, out of this, comes this conversation.
Hmm.
I love this.
We've never had a FaceTime before.
No.
And even though this is semi-public, it's, it's just really nice to spend time. And we might not have done this otherwise. So.
And we will. This is one of the things we've talked to people who we're friends with or we know.
But
Yeah.
you don't necessarily like keep up with at
Right.
all times.
And also
Yeah.
you learn things about people. Like the other day, I learned a buddy of mine, and he was like, he actually rode horses when he was younger and competed.
Right.
And I didn't know that. And we talked about it on here. And you end up, even though there's in front of people, you can end up really falling into like a nice conversation. Like, I love talking to you about acting, and both of you. It's been like,
Well, and you're both people that I've always like held as friends of mine. Like Brendan, we've known each other for a million years.
Mhm.
Like, but we won't keep in touch. But we see each other's Instagram, and then when we see each other, it's like no time has passed. And we're
Yeah.
probably like,
Yeah.
yeah, the first time I met Brendan, you weren't there.
yeah,
I think it was at
You
like
were at the
Dickies or
premiere
something.
in
And
LA.
yeah, it was in LA.
yeah, for your movie.
And he
Yeah.
said hi and hugged, and he was like, I know everything about you because
But I don't know you at all.
Yeah, and
it's
you're
kind
like,
of nice.
okay,
It kind of
cool,
makes things a little easier. Like the first time I met Sarah, it was like, yeah, I've seen your.
Yeah.
No. But I feel like this whole
Yeah,
thing, I
the
mean, as
process
awful
is-
as it is in terms of the lives that are being lost and what's actually happening when you think about that, I think one of the nice upsides is like what you're saying, Brendan, where you're reconnecting with people or connecting kind of for the first time in a new way, like on a new level. We're like, we wouldn't be FaceTiming each other right now if this wasn't happening. But now that we've done this, I'm like, cool. When we do get to go back to normal, we're coming over to your house and we will make dinner and we do want to hear all these stories, like not necessarily on the internet, but like like
we'll broadcast that too.
We'll broadcast everything.
4 cameras at the dinner table.
That would be fun.
It's gonna be great to come out of this with more friends than you did coming into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And also
more
like
wine dates once these floodgates open and we can just you know?
And we're gonna feel even more guilty for staying inside and like doing nothing because we don't have to.
Because you don't have to. It's gonna make people are I think are gonna become more social, which is kind of an interesting.
I know.
Like, hopefully everyone just comes out of this 10 times more grateful than they went into it for everything they have or don't have.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, certain things that you take for granted, just going to the store and not feeling a sense of
hosing yourself down.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird.
We'll see. Well, we'll have you guys.
Things can change so quick. You cannot take anything for granted.
Oh, yeah. We should do this again in a few weeks and see.
And I think like there is that. I go to sleep now and like kind of freaked out, obviously, occasionally. But I'm like, oh, does my chest hurt? What's happening? But it's very much like every moment, day to day now. You're like, no, I don't want to do this today, or I'm going to just do this, or spend it with my loved ones, or whatever. Like, people are focusing on what they have rather than what they're losing. I think. Well, the good ones. Not everyone.
The good ones.
Some people are fucking assholes still.
Yeah.
Which now we just see them. But we'd love to have you guys back on in like a week or two to see how you're doing and because everyone like week to week is changing in terms of what their activities are and recommendations and like what they found that's helpful now and like sharing that information with part of the world.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks, you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
We love ya.
Go back to
stay
playing.
safe, stay healthy.
Bye, Val.
Bye, Val.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye, Val.
Val. And be
Happy
safe.
birthday,
Be safe.
Be healthy.
FaceTime you next, Val.
Bye, Val.
Val's up next.
Oh, I love that.
They're great.
They're
Great people.
cuties. Yeah, I could talk to them about
Perfectly
the
matched.
acting stuff too. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Years of experience.
All right, we just did that. Another show. I don't know what show number we're on.
Who's here? Smokes?
Was that show 10 maybe, or 9 or 10?
9, 10?
But they were great. Oh, the old man.
We're just finishing the show.
Tomorrow, we might be doing Dickie tomorrow, although he's apparently doing his own shows while we're on, so...
See you tomorrow, Val.
That's not going to work. See you tomorrow, Val.
I've actually met Val in real life. She's lovely.
And I hope you guys are good. Have a good day, rest of the day.
Stay safe. Stay at home if you can. If you're not and you're out there working, thank you. We love you. Prayers all around. And try to stay healthy. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Goodbye.